going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a Pete Dye design course for you guys, 18-hole sim vlog. Today we are in, well, I guess that's up to be determined. The list that I have, we are at Mission Hills Country Club. This is the Pete Dye Challenge course. The list that I had said this is in Mission Hills, California. However, when I searched this, it said we were in like Rancho something, California. Can't imagine there's two different Mission Hills Country Clubs within California that both have a Pete Dye Challenge course, so probably just a slight variance between the exact location of like the maybe town or province or whatever you want to call it. But Pete Dye course is going to be pretty challenging. We're playing the gold tees, which are all the way the furthest back. Usually there was like 6 or 7 tee box options, so usually Pete Dye courses are going to be pretty challenging, and especially from these furthest back tees. We'll see what happens here score-wise, but Garmin Approach R10, Country Club Elite mat, my artificial turf tiles as a stance mat, using the Nitro Pulsar balls again, 10x7 nets, and home tee here that you're seeing on the screen. So let's go ahead and get into it. First hole here, we got 359 par 4. Doesn't look like a whole lot of stuff to get in trouble up there. We got water left, so I guess we'll just aim a tad right, but see if we can get off to a good start with a good drive. When I was searching for this course within Home Tee Hero and the Garmin Golf app, there was 3 different courses, I believe, within this same Mission Hills. So one of them was an Arnold Palmer design course. May have to try that one in the future. And there was another one, I forget, it started with a D, like Dina something. Didn't recognize the name, but probably a pretty big compound country club, I guess. 3 different, just a pretty big what's the word I'm looking for, premises, I guess, with 3 different 18-hole courses, it seems like. That was high on the club face off the toe. Not the best tee shot, not the worst, but 276, definitely didn't get all that. That was pretty poor contact. 84 yards, no slope, we're in the fairway, so no reduction. Gonna go pitching wedge. Caught it a tad heavy, but oh, I don't know about that. I don't think it was 25 yards heavy, but it is what it is. So we got 25 yards left. That's a waste of a stroke. 10%, we'll call it another 3, so we need 28. I'm gonna go 56. Well, it's going to be a bogey to start it, unfortunately, but let's see if we can make that back here. I think I mentioned the date, but just in case, this was designed, or I'm not sure, I got to still look it up. I'm not sure if these courses are when they were originally designed or when they were completed, but this is from 1988 from Pete Dye. I'd assume completing a golf course isn't exactly the quickest thing in the world. I'd imagine it would take probably a good year, if not multiple years, to not only design but basically renovate or construct a golf course. So again, not sure if 1988 is when it was completed or when the actual design was completed, and then it didn't maybe open until 2 years later or something like that. Not that this is a history channel by any means, but I'd like to be accurate if I can. Need a good drive here, get up and over that water. That was hit better than the first one, but started right. I don't know if that's going to come back a whole lot. and it's kind of staying right, but 281, we'll take that. 124 left, and we got water left. Luckily, I usually fade the ball even when I'm not trying to, so we should be alright, but just in case, we're going to aim a tad right. We got 125 down 1, so I guess I aimed it 1 yard extra. So we got 124 to the pin down 1, so 123. We're going to go pitching wedge. Came out left. A little long, but we'll take that. I've had an issue lately of kind of probably swinging up on it and hitting kind of underneath the ball a little bit. It's been mostly my 8, 9 and pitching wedge, sometimes the 52 as well, and I guess 56 too for that matter, but have an issue of kind of popping the ball up lately and coming up anywhere from 5, 10, even 15 yards short. So that one I kept down and through it a little bit more. It came up a little long, but I'll take that. Third hole, par 3. We got water left again, so I'm going to aim right. 209 down 1, so I'm going to go 4-iron off the deck. Struck that decent. I didn't swing super hard at it, but maybe a tad short. Should get there though. Alright, we'll take that. Usually my 4-iron is kind of hit or miss, but that was actually a pretty good swing there with the 4. Fourth hole, par 5. Grab some Gatorade, make sure the camera's still going. We got 520 yards, 284 right there. Pretty wide fairway, luckily. I guess we'll skew a little bit towards the right just to make sure if we pull one, stay out of that water. Camera's still going, out of the sun, and it's plugged into an external battery pack, so should be good, but I'd like to err on the side of caution. Always check it every couple holes, or as frequently as I remember, just to make sure it is recording. It's always a pain when I go to edit them, and anywhere the last like few holes, if the camera dies, and then I'm just out here swinging, and all you guys are able to see is the home tee here on my phone. Pulled that one left. Hopefully it's not in the water. Got lucky on that. Oh, it did go in the water. Never mind. I take that back. Not lucky. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, 477 yards left. Plus we're in the roughs. So, no matter what we hit here, it's going to be, 10%. I don't know for this, for instance, I don't know if the 10% is the 10% of 233 from what we're aiming, or if the 10% it takes it off of the 400 yards that are left. I would assume where we're aiming, so I would assume that this 233 is actually going to play closer to like 250, 260, and it's going to add basically 25 yards on top of that, not 47, but I guess we'll see, depending on how I hit this 3 hybrid. Pushed it right, but yeah, I don't know about that. I came out low right, but I was definitely further than that. That very well might have taken off. The shortage might be on the hole, not where we're aimed. That could have very well. It seemed like it was closer to 40, 50 yards off, not 20 or 30. It didn't hit that 100%, but still. I guess I'll keep that in mind on this one. So we still got 230, or we got 303 to the hole, so that would be another 30 yards. I guess 3 hybrid again. Out of all the rounds I played back here, this is the first time I thought of that and noticed that. That could be the case, I guess. On certain shots, it's basically adding 10% to the hole, not the shot that you're hitting. Gotta keep that in mind. Oh, that was even worse in left. Yeah, I think that was, because that was definitely way worse of a strike. And that one went 190. The other one was only 174, unless we caught something that I didn't see. I don't think there was any trees, unless something happened to it. But it seems like it's the reduction on the entire hole, not the shot. But this one's gonna hurt the scorecard. This is already our 5th stroke. We got 129. Basically need to hold this thing out. 129 down 1, so we're at 128, plus we'll add another 13, so 138, 141. I'm gonna go 9 iron. Choke down about an inch or so. Popped it up to the right. And that's exactly what happened, short right. 14 yards left. No slope, but we'll add another, call it 1-2 yards, so 15, 16 yards here. Gonna go 60 degree. We're staring down the barrel here of a double, triple, maybe even a quad. And I catch it fat. That'll at least be on the green, but that's gonna be short left, I think. Did we squeak out the +1? We did. Still gonna be like a double, yeah. Alright. 5th hole, par 4. We're now 3 over. Gonna aim right about there. That shortage, the reduction of the entire hole distance versus the shot would explain some of the other ones where I can't think off the top of my head, but there have been some in past rounds where I thought I just chalked it up to a misread, but it could have been actually an accurate read from the R10, but it was just the calculation that I was doing. Unfortunately, there's no real like user guide or anything. There's no real instructions from Home Tee Hero of how they do certain things, and definitely what I've experienced out of the bunkers, which I've talked about in many of the videos. All the bunkers say 20%, but the fairway bunkers play actually closer to like 30, 40, 50% reduction, and then greenside bunkers are like 40, 50, 60% reduction. So again, not a huge deal, but same thing with that, the reduction in the rough, the 10% for the entire hole versus the shot. It would be nice if they just kind of put out like a paper to let all the users know exactly how everything's calculated, and just make for more accurate club selections. Definitely didn't smoke it, but that's at least better. Started right, should come back left, should be somewhere in the fairway. .125 left. Down 1, we got 124. Gonna go pitching wedge. struck it decent, but that was kind of thin. We will take the par all day long though on a course like this from these back tee boxes. 6th hole, par 3, 187. I'm gonna go 6 iron. 187, that's in between a 7 and a 6, closer to a 6 though, which is usually about 190 on course, so. Thin and left. Should have the distance, but I don't know if that's going to be on the green. Not too bad, actually. All right, 7th hole, par 4. We got water all the way along the left. So for good measure, going to aim even further right up the right side. 282 right there. Try and just bring one back a little bit towards the middle. A little bit low on the club face, but should start right, come back left. It's not going to be super far. .179 left. I'm going to go 7 iron, usually about 180 on course. Should be a decent number if we hit it good. Although I do fade it, I'm going to aim just a tad right, just to give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room from that water in case I really pull one. Kind of thin again, but at least I stayed down and through it. Should be pretty straight and at it. Generous bounce. About 5 yards short, but we'll take that. Should be another par. Alright, 8th hole, par 4. 382. A little more of an open fairway here, so don't have as much to worry about. Sometimes I wonder, sometimes it almost gets in your own head if you have a super wide open fairway. Sometimes I feel like I miss those more than I sometimes when I have to really dial in, and if I got like water left and right and only got a really narrow landing spot, it's kind of that line of thinking of aim small, miss small. Sometimes I hit better shots when I have less wiggle room left and right versus if I have a wide open fairway. And I push it right. Exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty bad right there. Pretty bad. .265 miss hit though. I guess things could be worse. 121 up 1, so we got 122. Plus, we'll add another 13 yards on top of that, so 132, 135. It's going to be right around a full pitching wedge here. That was a strange kind of strike. That felt thin, but I popped it up. Pretty good result though. We'll take that 3 yards from the pin. Should be a +1. We squeak out a bird. We did. Well, that makes up 1 stroke from that double bogey. Alright, 9th hole, par 5. Through 8 holes. That now puts us at 2 over. Gonna aim right there. There we go. That one started towards the middle, so it's going to go a little further left, but that was a better strike towards the middle of the club face. At least it's not 30 yards right. So 303 left. I'm going to need all of this 3 hybrid as I can get. Gonna aim a little right just to be safe. Bad balance, I almost fell over, but it was at least a decent strike. It should be up there. It wasn't 100%, but 244, came out low again. I tried to swing up on that too. You guys gotta let me know. Having an issue getting the hybrids started, launched higher off the ground. Everything comes out real low. And I always just feel like compared to that, obviously, versus irons, there's a little less margin of error too, because I'm trying to hit up, but sometimes I even, despite hitting up, it still comes out low, and then sometimes if I even come a little steeper on it, I catch it fat, and then it kills distance too, so a little bit more difficult to find the sweet spot. 59 yards. I'm gonna go 52 degree here. Decent chance with this distance. I gotta take kind of a more of a fuller swing here. Decent chance this goes up and over the net, but if I stick the green, I'll take it. Started left, spun off the net to the right though. Whoa. I don't know, about 25 yards long. It was a tad thin, but either way, that's a waste of a stroke. 25 yards left, we're in the rough, no slope, but we've got the 10%, so we'll call that another 3 yards. We're at about 20, as I throw my club, 28 yards. Going 56. Way underneath it again. That might be short. That hit the top of the net. Usually with the 56, I was talking about in other videos, I switched on, I think it was the last Pete Dye course I played, I switched and played the last like 3 or 4 holes with a Pro V1. I can definitely tell a difference. Off the tee, the Pro V1 is spinnier and it doesn't go quite as far as this, so honestly off the tee I would prefer this because it reduces the side spin left and right and it goes a little bit longer and straighter, but the spin is definitely down on these cheaper nitro balls compared to Pro V1s around the green. Usually with this 56, I choke down to where my right thumb is right in between the metal and the grip, and usually that's a stock 30-yard shot, and I usually try to aim right around here. That one, I popped way up and it hit the top of the net. So I can definitely tell a difference with the wedge shots and the off the tee and the longer irons, but kind of benefits of both balls there. You gotta pick and choose which one you'd rather play with. Probably for the cost for most players. I would think they would opt for the nitro, but or not just even the nitro, just another ball that's cheaper than a Pro V1. Gonna aim right there. Launched a little low, and that's gonna overcook left. Alright, 186. I'm gonna go, we're down once, we're at 185. That's smack in the middle between a 7 and a 6. I'm gonna go 6 iron, go half a club up. Generally, a better idea than trying to muscle up the lower club or higher club. I was talking to one of my buddies about that. Do you club up or club down? Same as choking up or choking down. That was pretty heavy. That's gonna be short left. It might come back a little bit, but that's not gonna get there. .32 yards. We're in the rough, so I add another 3 or 4. I'm actually gonna go 52 this time because I've been popping these nitros up. Get lucky. We did. That was a terrible wedge shot. Generous par. 11th hole, par 3, a bunch of water right. 180 down 4. We're definitely aiming left side of this green. Guess I'll go 7 iron again. See if we make better contact. That was a better swing. Still to the left, plus we aimed left, but hopefully it straightens itself out a little bit. Nope. If we aimed straight at that pin where it originally had us, we probably would have caught the green there. Saved ourselves a stroke here. 13 yards. It's that down one. It's going to roll out a little bit when it hits. Plus we'll add another 1 or 2 on top of that. I need about 14 yards. And I skull another one. Is that a +3? Should have moved that stupid leaf. +2, luckily. Should have moved that stupid leaf on the mat. I was looking at that instead of the ball before I hit it. 12th hole, par 4. Moving right along here. We're 4 over. And aim right side. That was hit a little bit better, cleaner strike, but I pushed it right. Looks like it's not really coming back. It's just staying right. .89 yards left, 10%. It's going to be another, call it 9 or 10 yards, so right around 100 yards here. Going to go pitching wedge. guess if I could, it's kind of cheesy. It's a little bit on this towards the side of cheating. If I could, and I can remember to do it every single hole, I would hit my tee shots and my irons all with this nitro ball, and then my chip shots I would hit with the Pro V1. But that's gonna fade. Hopefully it gets there. Another par. Definitely not horrendous golf, but we're not really putting ourselves in position to get birds here. Decent tee shots, I mean decent wedge shots. We're hitting the greens, but really got to be dialed in to get it within those inner circles. Don't like that water there. I'm going to aim this way. That was better. That one just sounded different. That was one of the better strikes yet with the driver. For some reason it didn't seem like we got the distance out of it. I don't know if that was a slight misread. Maybe I didn't swing super hard at it, but contact wise, that was pretty close to the middle of the club face. Alright, 194 left. That's right between a 6 and a 5. I guess I'll grab a little bit extra club. Go 5 iron if I can find it. See if we can stick this green. Pretty heavy in left. That's gonna be short left. Good thing we grabbed the extra club. Generous bounce there too. I took a pretty big bounce. That was pretty heavy on the mat. Another par nonetheless though. 14th hole par 5. 521 yards. 276. Aim just a tad right to be safe. Low on the club face off the heel. It's going to be low and left and not very far. Hopefully it's not in the water. .288 left. Need the 3. So instead of 23 yards, it's actually going to be like 28 yards reduction. Either way, we're not going to get it there. So, gotta grip and rip the 3 hybrid. Same thing as the driver, thin, low, and off the heel. Wheels are coming off. Granted, that was like 30 yards, but that was still only 200 yards with a 3 hybrid. That was terrible. 118 up 1, so we're at 119, plus we'll call it another 12. 129, 131. I'm gonna go pretty much a full pitching wedge. Realistically, I need to take a little bit off it, but sometimes when I do that, I tend to take too much off. Better off just doing a full pitching wedge, and if I'm on the back side of the green, so be it. Should be decent. It's gonna fade. It did come out a little high, but that might be a slight misread. I feel like that would have got there. I don't know if that was 16 yards short. Either way, gotta go 60 degree. Another drop stroke. That one kind of hurt my elbow. +1 will take that. Kind of made up for that drop stroke. Didn't see it, but should be another par. All right, 358. Lower back is definitely feeling the fatigue, so some of those shots that maybe I thought would get there, the swing speed's probably starting to slow down. Decent contact. It's gonna draw. Yards left. Going pitching wedge, depending on the slope here, 1 yard of slope. So we need 89. That might be short. That one definitely popped up. I think we got a decent bounce, luckily. All right, 3 holes left. 16th hole, par 5. Back's gonna be sore tomorrow. Trying my best to, these long holes, get out there with a decent driver to start, and then even after that, still got a long way home on most of these holes. Should be decent again. That one's turning. I don't know about that, but that seems like it was almost a duck hook. That one felt pretty similar to the other one. That one turned over significantly more, and we lost about 25 yards of distance, maybe, but I don't know about that. 288. Gonna go 3 hybrid. Horrendous. Didn't even make it to the net. Ball hit here. Consistency is going downhill pretty quick here. 179. So we got 179 down 178, plus we'll add, it's going to be another 18 yards or so. So we got 188, like 195. I'm going to go 5 iron. Struck it decent, but that's gonna spray to the right. I don't know if that's gonna be on the green. And I don't think that was 30 yards short, but I think we could be getting a little bit of wonkiness here with the R10. Got 30 yards left, going 56. And I thin it right. Stay on the green. Nope. It's gonna be a +3. Struggle bus here these last few holes. Just trying to get through this double bogey. Jesus. We had a decent score too. What are we now, like +5, +6, +6? Alright, and we need a good shot here. We got water almost all the way surrounding this. I'm definitely going to aim right. 177, down 2, so we need 175. That's right between an 8 and a 7. I'm going to go 7. Need a good strike here. A little bit thin, kind of low, but should be straight and that should get there. One hop on. I think that landed into the bunker, so that really killed it, but we'll take the par. Alright, final hole. Par 4, 399, got water all the way running along this hole to the left, so I'm going to aim out there to the right, down 4 yards, so wherever we hit, or however far we hit this, it's basically going to give us an additional 4 yards. Hopefully, I'm going to call it a day after this one, after this round. Hopefully, good drive to end it here today. Wasn't the worst, but that was low on the club face off the heel. That's going to overcook left, hopefully not into the water. Not ideal, but could be worse. 139. I think I'm going to go choke down 9 iron. My back's getting pretty sore. I don't think I can get a pitching wedge there. This 9 iron might even come up short, but I'm going to go pretty much fuller 9 iron. I'm expecting this to play, even if I hit this good, with my swing speed being down, it's probably going to play a good 5 yards short, if not a little more. And I pop it up on top of it. Hopefully we get a big bounce. That might be short. Well, I guess we got it there, but 16 yards to the right, that's not great. So 16 yards, plus we'll call it another 2, because we're in the rough, so 18. I'm going to go 60. Chipping would be nice to end this. Off the top of the net again. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything drastically different, but it feels like this specific nitro ball is climbing up the club face of my wedges. That was a little bit better, but still. Alright, looks like we're in the 70s. So, from Mission Hills Country Club, this is the Pete Dye Challenge course. We ended up with a +6, 78. 39 on the front, 39 on the back. It seemed like we were going to play worse on the back, but we did have a bird on the front, and then we had actually 2 doubles. Kind of surprised. I thought the back nine was going to be a lot worse. I feel like the last few holes here we were struggling, but 1 birdie on the front, no birdies on the back. Most of them were pars. We had 2 bogeys on the front, 1 bogey on the back, and then we had a double bogey both on the front and back. 10 out of 14 fairways. It wasn't absolutely bombing the driver, but most of them were relatively straight, so we'll take that for sure. That's 75%, right around there. Greens regulation, right at that 50% benchmark, so I'd like to be obviously closer to 75%, but we'll take the 9 out of 18, and then 31 putts. Also not too bad. That's right between 1.5, 2 putts a hole. I'd like to be closer to 1.5. I should probably know for sure, because that's what my goal is. I don't know what 1.5 of 38 would be, but, or 36 rather. I should probably do that math, but obviously 2 putts a hole is 36, and then 1 putt a hole would be 18, so somewhere in between there, but not too bad. Not the best golf, definitely feeling kind of tired, so gotta end it here for playing back here today, but can't cry about a +6, 78. May end up doing maybe the next few days, who knows, or I'll probably just keep going with the Pete Dye courses, but I would be curious what the Arnold Palmer course looks like at this Mission Hills Country Club. If you guys have any particular courses you'd like to see me play, give me the course name and the location in the comments, and I'll look it up on Home Tee Hero here. If I'm able to play it, I'll add it to the list of subscriber requested courses. Hopefully you're a subscriber if you're requesting a course. But anything from your local municipal course, maybe a par 3, world famous course, anything, just let me know the name of the course and the location, and I should be able to find it. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go rest up and keep making a decision here with my Nitro Pulsar versus Pro V1s, but I'll see you guys at the next course.